Good morning, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you might be doing. We wish to welcome you to the Silverlight Show. The Silverlight shines to illuminate that which lies hidden in darkness. For those of you tuning in today, we welcome you in. First off, to address my voice. Yes, a little bit under the weather at the present time. Don't worry, it's not the pandemic. I had everything checked. I haven't been exposed to anybody. It's just one of those things that happen. So don't panic. You're definitely not going to catch anything through the internet. But the other one involves something that happened to me. It hurts to get excited. The other one involves something that happened to me just this week. It was about 5:30 in the evening, and my doorbell went off. Well, I wasn't expecting anybody, but one of my friends lives very close by, and it's not a crime for people to pop over unannounced. If they're in the area, they knock on the door. It's nice to have friends like that just pop in and say, "Hey, how's it going? Yeah, hey, everything's great." That kind of thing. I open the door, and there's a little black package. And I haven't ordered anything lately. To the best of my knowledge, Mrs. Silverlight hasn't ordered anything. But, whatever. Take it inside, and I put it over to where she likes to sit. So the first thing she saw when she came in would be the package, and I could say, "Oh, is that for you?" And she'd say, "Yes, no, maybe so," and we'd go from there. Now, the first thing I noticed when I picked it up was it was a strange weight. Now, the box it was in was about the size of a shoebox. I like the fact that everybody has bought shoes at some point in their life, so I can say shoebox, you know what it is. But the curious thing about this was that it said it was a pair of headphones, speakerphones, something like that. Now, these things were way too heavy to be earbuds, and they weren't quite heavy enough. Well, actually, I can't say that for sure. They didn't feel the right weight to be like a studio recording headset. Now, those can come in different sizes and everything, so I probably shouldn't say that. But it didn't seem right. I checked the label. There was no name, address, anything. Oh, I forgot to mention, while I was picking this package up, there was a delivery person who had parked clear across the court. Let's see if I can do this. So if that's my driveway, they were parked clear across where that sign is for the paving. And it was raining like you would not believe. That's odd. I know for a fact my next door neighbor gets a lot of food deliveries, and they pull up right in front of your door. From the UPS trucks that I've had and Canada Post and etc., they can come to your front door. They park there, but this person was parked across the road. At the time, this was not an alarm bell for me. Just took in the package, no problem. No name on it. I was tempted to open it, but just my instincts told me leave it alone because I don't know what it is. And again, my significant other is never interested in stuff like that. We've never discussed high-end headphones or anything, but maybe she wanted it because she likes a new program and it's really loud. I don't know. In the next hour or so, one of the neighborhood teens came to my door, knocked on the door, and he specifically said, "Did you receive a black package?" "Oh yeah, no problem." So I gave the kid the package, and he said thank you. I made a joke about needing him to sign for it. We had a good laugh. He's not a bad kid as far as I know. So just, here, there's your package. But then after I gave it to him, I started to get a bad feeling. Not against the kid. Again, no problems with the kid. I call him a kid. He's a teenager. He's practically adult. But anyway, I started realizing I should not have touched that package. If you don't know what it is, you shouldn't be touching it. And we live in an era where people, porch pirates and stuff like that, are stealing stuff. So it seems logical to bring it in. But the same token, we also live in an era where people are into smuggling drugs, and in some places in this world, people are inclined to leave bombs. Now, old Silverlight doesn't believe he's being targeted by anybody, but it's easy enough to get the wrong address, especially with Google Maps being the way that they are. So I'm going to default to the drugs explanation. It would be pretty smart if you were going to deliver a package to, let's say, cocaine, just because, marijuana would probably weigh more in a shoebox, although you'd probably wrap it up. I don't know anything about heroin, so let's just take cocaine. You could put a decent amount of cocaine, wrap it up so that if somebody decided to open it, it would be available to you. Send it to your next door neighbor, the kindly fella who doesn't seem to ever be a problem, and then sneak out while your mother isn't looking, grab the package, sneak back in. Perfect crime. This is a serious thing to consider. I mean, a lot of people would have left the package on their front doorstep, which I should have done. And I'm recommending to anybody, if the package does not belong to you, leave it. Because in my case, I could have been sitting with hardcore drugs in the house. And, order drugs to your neighbors, order the police on them. You can get some pretty easy revenge very quickly. And if you get outside North America, you get into some pretty interesting countries. Countries where they wouldn't hesitate to send a bomb. Now, my danger instinct wasn't activated, and it probably should have been, given that in the military is on the reserve for the bomb disposal unit for our regiment. So I probably should have been thinking, don't touch it. And the biggest clue should have been that there was no name or address on the label. That's right. It was made out to nobody, a black, unmarked package. Now, my personal thought was, okay, headphones that are unmarked, maybe, there's a ton of things that you can buy that are put into the wrong package, either as gifts, as whatever you want to call it, marital aids, erection pills. Let's just leave it at that. And people want to have them delivered unmarked. Now, my personal medication comes in a white package. So I don't know where the black package came from. And most packages, as we know, are plain brown. So it should have been a red flag for me that it's a black package and it doesn't have a name on it. And oh boy, Silverlight of all people should have known that was a red flag. I only brought it in because it was raining like the dickens. I didn't want whatever it was to get wet, and I wasn't thinking at the time. That literally could have been the end of Silverlight if that had been a bomb, if that had been a bunch of drugs. Because I don't know what to do with drugs. Like, supposedly police will accept them if you turn them in. That's great. I'm not going to go to the police station. Here's a box of drugs. It's just not smart. And then the question gets into what happens when the gang realizes, or whoever realizes, they dropped off some drugs on your front door and they haven't gotten paid for it. They haven't gotten a notification, and their customers saying that they haven't gotten it. What am I getting myself into? So just a concept video today, really. Be careful about what you bring into your house. I mean, today, hopefully it was a pair of speakers. The guy doesn't appear to me to be a big gamer, and it didn't say gamer headphones or anything. He likes his music, but at the same token, the family has always been very respectful. And, I've never had that situation where, 11:30 at night, you're throwing things at them and calling the police, telling them to turn it down. Don't know. But just that little mysterious black package. Why did it come to my house? And why was it such an effort to get it to my house? Why did they ring my doorbell to get my attention? That was to make sure it didn't stay out in the rain. But safety first, people. I keep saying safety first. And your safety involves you making sure that you're safe for today, tomorrow, and the next bit. If a package isn't yours, maybe it's best to leave it out in the cold. Imagine being in Israel or Palestine or Syria or somewhere like that, and a package came that wasn't for you, you wouldn't touch the damn thing. Maybe it's time we start treating packages like that in North America as well. Because porch pirates are a thing, and I'm sure porch drug smuggling, if it isn't a thing already, it will be shortly. There's enough people around that you're like, oh, okay, they're nice enough that we could have our stuff over there. And then I can pick it up at my leisure. But anyways, just be safe. Don't bring in packages that aren't yours. And other than that, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Silverlight Show. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And we hope you have a fantastic day.